How am I prepared mentally? So mentally, it's a competitive fight and I've got to bring competition. So in that sense, mentally, it's not just about, all right, I want to box well and all this, just win. Mentally, like win, refuse to be beat. And that's how you mentally approach the fight, just go in there with a winner's mindset.
So Jake, you can fight basically anybody. You decide who your opponents are going to be. Why was this man the right opponent for right now?
I think this talk has been part of the conversation, and we've always wanted to fight each other. There's been some talk back and forth for a couple of years, and my goal is to become world champion and the WBA and WBC.
I don't think it's necessarily fair to AJ. I just know that I have the power and the timing. It's the shots that you don't see coming that knock people out. And I'm a tricky knockout artist that people don't give me enough credit for. I've won knockout of the year. So he has to be careful. And I do have the timing, the speed, and the tricks up my sleeve to be able to hit a shot on this guy that he doesn't see coming, that can put him to sleep 1,000%.
Jake Paul walked into the spotlight, speaking like the win was already secured, mapping out his celebration and choosing the soundtrack in advance, preaching unstoppable belief and promising that the whole world was about to be stunned by what he was about to do.
Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to break his face, I'm going to break his body up, I'm going to stomp all over him. That's my mentality, right? That's a fighter's mentality, and I know what's in my heart. I know what's in my mind, and I'm here to compete. I'm here to prove myself that I'm the better fighter. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'll do that until I finish fighting, no matter who it is.
Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua stayed calm and collected, completely unbothered. This isn't a superhero movie. This is a scheduled appointment, and Jake Paul is the one who showed up to face him.
Has more pressure on them going into this fight?
100% Anthony. Yeah, 1,000%. This is something that's gonna weigh on him, right? Like, because of what you said, I'm going in there, I can fight free. If he starts getting touched up and losing rounds, I think the cookie will crumble.
Jake portrayed himself as the fearless disruptor, the man who sees a heavyweight champion and thinks business opportunity rather than danger. AJ responded with a calm, quiet menace that simply says, "I'll handle this efficiently."
Whatever he said, we'll see if the cookie crumbles. I don't know what to say. I'm confident in myself. Like, I'm not focusing on him. I just know what I can do, and I can't wait to show it. I'm not going to crumble. I'm solid. I've been through wars, and I'm still standing super strong. I align myself with some of the greatest coaches and greatest fighters in the world because I have that hunger, that desire.
Jake Paul dreams of speed angles and flashy footwork, like he's auditioning for Dancing with the Heavyweights. Joshua, meanwhile, spoke calmly about pressure, patience, and making things uncomfortable. The kind of words that make you pause and rethink your life choices.
I don't think there's any chance in the world, knowing what Anthony Joshua is a specialist at, he's a specialist at putting knuckles through your fucking brain, and that's what he's going to try to do to Jake Paul. And anything other than that, from a 34-year-old Anthony Joshua, will make us all think it's a fixed fight. Whether or not he can do it, Jake Paul shocks the world and shows us that he really does know how to box really well and moves really good and uses his jab and blows us all away with a strategy and a lot of footwork and move.
Jake claimed that only destiny itself could stop him. AJ basically replied, "All right, let's see if that's true." It was hype versus homework, podcast energy versus final exam focus, and the difference was palpable.
Secret to boxing a guy like
just get him with the right hand. That's what Jake Paul's looking for, the right hand. And if he lands, he could do good damage. So a lot of people underestimate Jake Paul, but in reality, he's a good fighter and he's dedicated, and that's what I like about him.
One man sells confidence with a TED Talk smile. The other exudes the calm of someone who's already read the script and knows exactly how it ends. Just when the Jake versus AJ drama seems maxed out, Eddie Hearn steps in like a composed taxi driver, watching two sports cars argue over speed, and simply says, "Relax, lads. We've done the math.
You're quoted on record saying that you and AJ must retire if Jake Paul wins on December 19th. Stand by that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I suppose so. Yeah. Look, I don't see a world where Jake Paul wins this fight. I know that boxing's boxing. And I mean, what is it? Roy Jones came out this morning and said Jake Paul can win this fight.
Teddy Atlas as well.
Teddy Atlas. Okay. All right, now I'm a bit worried. I won't retire. AJ should retire if he loses.
I'm sitting here thinking, this guy is talking about retirement clauses like he's planning a vacation. And somehow, it's still savage. Eddie's basically saying, if AJ loses, we're not doing a press conference. We're doing a farewell tour. But he says it's so politely, you almost want to clap. The funniest part? He breaks down the weight situation like a personal trainer with a motivational poster, reminding us that a lighter AJ is a sharper AJ, which in boxing terms means fewer gym selfies and more nightmare fuel.
Don't forget, AJ's never made weight before. So all of a sudden, he's tried. He's been in camp for, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, and he's probably sitting at, I don't know, 260, 265, and it's like you got to make 245. It's 20 pounds. The weight clause and all of this is going to be an issue. It's something we have to keep our eye on. But I think AJ feels great. I think actually the lighter AJ is, the better he.
Meanwhile, Jake is still striding in with superhero-level confidence, and I respect that. But confidence without real heavyweight experience is like ordering a steak with no sauce and calling it gourmet. Everyone watching can feel it. This is serious. Camp AJ is treating this like a world title fight, and Eddie delivers it so smoothly it feels like a royal announcement. Now I'm looking at you thinking, place your bets and grab your popcorn. One guy is dreaming big, the other is sharpening his tools. History usually sides with the craftsman who brought the toolbox, not the one who brought the motivational speech.
I see AJ winning this fight with ease, comprehensively, destructively, violently, and I don't see a world where Jake Paul is competitive in the fight, let alone win the fight. But luckily, AJ's not preparing in a way that he just thinks it's a joke. He's preparing for Jake Paul like he's a world title contender. Yes, it's been a little bit of a shorter camp. Yes, we've got to make weight this time around, but it doesn't matter.
And just when Eddie Hearn had us in full executive mode, talking weights, clauses, and AJ moving like a precision machine, we slide effortlessly into Ade Oladipo territory. Suddenly, the vibe shifts from boardroom serious to that friend who knows every boxing stat and still brings snacks to the debate. I'm sitting here thinking, Ade doesn't just talk boxing. He narrates it like he's been personally offended by every questionable scorecard since 2009.
One in the top 10 where AJ's taking it seriously. He's answering the questions direct that Ariel's throwing him. There was no, we're here to kind of fuck around. This is going to be easy. Give me my money. Let me run back to the UK. This was AJ's like, no, we're taking this seriously. And that ain't a good thing for Jake Paul. It isn't. And AJ is that guy anyway. Like, I would never doubt that AJ would take this seriously. But for Jake Paul, I do wonder if realization is kicking in, or maybe he is just that delusional where he doesn't.
He looks at AJ versus Jake Paul, and you can almost hear the polite disbelief in his voice, like someone just told you they're challenging a lion to a push-up contest. The funny part? Jake's selling dreams and confidence like a late-night infomercial, while AJ's over there setting alarms to stay disciplined. One guy's shouting, "Believe in yourself." The other is quietly checking the torque on his right hand. Then Ade sweeps across the rest of the boxing scene, and you're nodding along thinking, yeah, this sport really said peace and quiet, and immediately canceled it.
Fascinating press conference. I think one of the biggest takeaways was, and I think we knew this on the circuit anyway, that AJ had left Ben Davison, but he confirmed it. And then he said he's training with Igor. And I wish Ariel pushed him a bit more, because I have no idea who Igor is. I feel like I know quite a few people in this Alexander Usyk camp where AJ is and has been for a while now. But Igor is most certainly not Alexander Usyk's number one trainer. So I'm guessing it's just someone in the camp. But AJ is now training with that.
From British heavyweight scraps to world-level politics, it feels like every name is trying to headline a reality show on the same fight card. But the way Ade presents it, that's the magic. He keeps it sharp, grounded, and just self-aware enough to make you laugh without losing sight of the stakes. It's like watching a seasoned coach explain chaos with a straight face. And I love it because behind every hot take and playful jab, there's an unspoken truth. Boxing doesn't reward noise, it rewards whoever shows up prepared. That mix of drama, discipline, and mild insanity is exactly why we can't look away.
But I will still stand firm and say AJ should, not will, should get rid of Jake Paul in one round. Should. And if he doesn't, then it's more, my questions will be more to AJ. But I'm confident AJ gets this done, and I'm confident AJ hasn't come to play around. So this isn't a case of AJ just come to kind of give the American audience a show and just, you know, make Jake Paul look silly and make Jake Paul miss. And no, I think AJ's come to do damage, collect the check, and go to Saudi and have this fight in February that Turkey's been talking about.
And just as Ade had us spiraling into this can't be real, but somehow it is, Johnny Nelson steps in and flips the lens to full veteran mode. He gives that seasoned boxer stare like he's seen this movie before and already knows how the third act plays out. I'm sitting here thinking exactly what Johnny's thinking. Jake talking like a man who just discovered motivational quotes and now believes he can moonwalk through a heavyweight storm. Confidence is great. We love confidence. But this isn't a charity fun run. This is Anthony Joshua standing there like he's late for a very serious appointment. You can hear it in Johnny's tone, that polite but lethal warning that says, enjoy the moment, son, but choose your steps wisely.
Fight itself, I want to see what AJ's presence in front of Jake Paul would be like, because AJ, especially when it comes to fighting, is a serious dude, and I know Jake Paul, the problem child. He can be rude, he can be in your face. Remember when he snatched Floyd Mayweather's hat, and they do all the kind of things. Mike Tyson ended up slapping him in his face and standing on his toe. I think Jake Paul got there, looked and thought, shall I chance it?
Now don't get me wrong, Jake's boldness is almost impressive in that did he really just say that kind of way. He's out here selling belief, narrative, disruption, the whole Hollywood trailer package. Part of me laughs. The other part double checks that AJ's gloves are properly secured. Because when Nelson reminds us that boxing isn't a playground sport, he's not joking. He's translating reality. Joshua doesn't need theatrics or viral moments. He just needs one clean shot. And suddenly, the tone of the conversation shifts. It's like watching someone try to challenge a chess grandmaster using Monopoly rules.
Jay, I'm stuck in between, because nobody on this green earth would actually turn down 50-60 million to fight Jake Paul. And people that don't like this will probably watch it because they want to see Jake Paul getting knocked out. So what does it say about AJ and what does it say about Jake Paul? I think I was thinking upside down. For AJ, I thought, Mama's cashing out. He's cashing out because he's going down this minute line. But I thought in reality,